A history of hate in America. The history of the United States is often told as a story of freedom, democracy, and opportunity. At the same time, it is also a history marked by hatred toward groups defined by race, religion, ethnicity, gender, nationality, and ideology. Hate in America has never been a single, unchanging force. It has shifted forms across time, shaped by economic interests, political power, social fears, and cultural myths. Understanding this history is essential to understanding the nation itself. Indigenous peoples and the foundations of violence. Hate in America began with colonization. European settlers viewed indigenous peoples as obstacles to land ownership and expansion, often dehumanizing them as savages to justify violence and dispossession. This hatred was embedded in policy as well as practice. Forced removals, broken treaties, massacres, and cultural erasure defined U.S. Native relations for centuries. The Indian Removal Act of 1830 and the Trail of Tears exemplify how prejudice became law, resulting in mass death and long-term trauma that indigenous communities still confront today. Slavery and anti-black racism. The enslavement of Africans and their descendants formed one of the most enduring systems of hate in American history. Slavery was sustained by an ideology that defined black people as inferior, subhuman, and fit for exploitation. These beliefs were reinforced through religion, pseudoscience, and law. Even after the abolition of slavery in 1865, hatred did not end, it adapted. Reconstruction was met with violent backlash, including lynchings, race riots, and the rise of white supremacist organizations such as the Ku Klux Klan. Jim Crow laws enforced racial segregation and disenfranchisement well into the 20th century, maintaining racial hierarchy through terror and discrimination. Anti-immigrant and anti-ethnic hatred. Throughout American history, waves of immigration have been met with suspicion and hostility. In the 19th century, Irish and Italian immigrants were portrayed as dangerous, criminal, and unfit for citizenship. Chinese immigrants faced extreme discrimination, culminating in the Chinese Exclusion Act of 1882, the first major U.S. law to ban immigration based on ethnicity. In the 20th century, similar patterns targeted Japanese, Mexican, Jewish, and Eastern European immigrants. During World War II, more than 120,000 Japanese Americans were forcibly incarcerated in internment camps, driven by wartime fear and racial prejudice rather than evidence of disloyalty. Religious intolerance. Although founded in part by people fleeing religious persecution, the United States has repeatedly struggled with religious hatred. Catholics, Jews, Muslims, Mormons, and others have been targeted as outsiders or threats to American values. Anti-Semitism has appeared in social exclusion, employment discrimination, conspiracy theories, and violent attacks. After the September 11, 2001 terrorist attacks, anti-Muslim hatred surged, leading to hate crimes, surveillance, and policies that disproportionately targeted Muslim communities. Gender, sexuality, and identity-based hate. Hatred in America has also been directed at people based on gender and sexuality. Women were long denied political rights, legal autonomy, and economic independence. LGBTQ+ individuals have faced criminalization, social stigma, and violence, from early sodomy laws to police raids and public harassment in the 20th century. Although major legal and cultural advances have occurred, such as women's suffrage, civil rights legislation, and marriage equality, backlash has often followed progress. Hate adapts, finding new language and strategies even as old laws are overturned. Hate in the modern era. In the late 20th and early 21st centuries, hate has increasingly been amplified by mass media and the internet. Extremist ideologies that once existed on the fringes now spread rapidly online. Political polarization, economic inequality, and social change have fueled resentment, sometimes directed at immigrants, racial minorities, journalists, or political opponents. Hate crimes, domestic extremism, and acts of mass violence demonstrate that hatred is not only a historical problem but a present one. At the same time, movements for civil rights, social justice, and inclusion continue to challenge hatred and demand accountability. Resistance and the struggle against hate. Alongside every chapter of hate in American history is a chapter of resistance. Abolitionists, civil rights activists, labor organizers, religious leaders, journalists, and ordinary citizens have consistently pushed back against injustice. From the abolition of slavery to the civil rights movement to contemporary activism, progress has come through sustained struggle. Conclusion. The history of hate in America is not separate from its history of progress. The two are deeply intertwined. Hate has shaped laws, institutions, and everyday life, leaving lasting scars. Yet it has also been confronted again and again by people who refuse to accept exclusion and dehumanization as inevitable. Understanding this history is not about assigning guilt. It is about recognizing patterns, learning from the past, and choosing how the story continues.